Kenny Betts was born in 1990 and began his wrestling career at the ripe age of 4 years old. His varsity wrestling career at Fredonia Central began in the 7th grade, where he wrestled at the 96 weight class and recorded a 31-10 record with 15 pins as a 7th grader. This started an amazing career as the most successful high school wrestler in Chautauqua County. He was a Section 6 champion every year from 8th grade to his senior year in 2009. As an 8th grader, his record was 40-6, 29 pins, and he competed in the New York State tournament for the first of 5 consecutive years. As a freshman, he went 43-9 and won his first New York State championship in 2007, and as a 10th grader, going 48-6 with 39 pins. As a junior for the Hillbillies, he compiled a 50-3 record with 38 pins and was runner-up in the state finals. His senior year was one for the record books as he garnered a 57-3 record, 39 pins on his way to earning his 2nd New York State championship, and was also named an All-American honorable mention. His high school career finished with a state record of 269-34. Even though wrestling was his top priority in high school, Kenny was also an outstanding football player and pole vaulter at Fredonia Central School. But his wrestling accomplishments are what are making him an inductee into the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. Kenny was inducted into the Western New York Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2017, and tonight I am pleased to introduce Kenny Betts as a 2026 inductee into the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame.
Well, looks like I'm the first one to speak. First of all, I want to thank the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame for me getting inducted, and the directors, everybody on board, and also the other inductees getting in as well. This is truly an honor being recognized with all the greats that's already been in it. So I do truly, I'm very humble, and I appreciate it, guys. First of all, I want to say, if seeing me as a 4-year-old PJ, as a sweaty little kid running around, hey, my son is the same way right now. So he sweats just like I do. So with that being said, to be the 5th wrestler to ever be inducted into the Chautauqua Hall of Fame is also, I'm amazed. It's also truly honored in that aspect too. Greats like Jim Beekner, who was one wrestler, Alex Conti, Marty Nichols, and Carlene Slabirski, all being wrestlers. And to be the 5th one, I'm, again, truly honored. But there's no way I could have done all this by myself. I needed a village, and I had a very big village that supported me in the past. And I brought that little village, some of it, with me. With that being said, being a wrestler, you know, you would have to have the will, determination, you know, all that good stuff just to wrestle. It's hard work, and not everybody could do it. But with my friends, teammates, and coaches all behind my back, it made it a lot easier to be successful in my career. So, first off, I want to thank my coaches, not only in high school, but in all stages of life. And I wouldn't have been the athlete that I was. Coaches such as Greg Sherlock, you know, pushing me as harder than anybody else that he would push, and that was just in midget league football, just to start off. In middle school, I had another 2 great coaches, Dwayne Davis and Wayne Valentine. You know, they taught me it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the fight and the size of the dog. And I took that to heart, because I sure wasn't one of the biggest football players out on the football field. I was probably one of the smallest, but that didn't stop me. One of the other coaches that I looked up to and unfortunately he's not here with us today, is Jack Larson. He taught me how to pole vault. And one of his funniest things that he would actually tell me was, you just got to imagine that there's a girl at the top of the pole. You just, and that always stuck with me. If you're going up, you got to be looking up. So that's, he but, back in the day, he actually brought in Jen Szynski, or her married name, Jen Schur, the Olympic pole vaulter, women's pole vaulter. So she came in and showed us a thing or two, even pole vaulted the one time. Truly amazed. So another fun fact about Jack Larson is he never knew anybody's name. He would always call his athletes, "Hey, Fuzzy, come over here," or "Hey, Squirrel." The never knew who he was talking to. Then for football in high school, I had Coach Bob Ball. He was one of my favorite football coaches ever playing for. And the one year, some of you might even know Coach Krenzer. He came in as a defensive coach. Didn't think that I was going to start on defense just because of my size, but again, the size of the dog, But after our one scrimmage, I had to prove to him that I belonged, and I ended up starting as a nose tackle on the defensive line. So those coaches really helped me throughout the years. I really look up to. But the two coaches that I really wanted to talk about that helped me through wrestling is Alex Conti and my father, Greg Betts. These two coaches were the best coaches anybody could ever ask for. It was the reason why I was so successful in my career. Even though it was more like a good cop, bad cop, you never knew what Alex you were going to get that day. As in, oh, well, now you got to do 10 cycles. Those were never fun. But he would, during a little match, he would tell me a move to hit. Never even practice it in my entire career. Practice it during a little tournament, and I actually use it in a finals. He adapts on the fly, teaches us. He even went down to the Olympic Training Center and bring back all the moves and exercises, which meant the practice were definitely not easy coming from the Olympic Training Center. We also had a ton of kids coming out through wrestling, probably because he was the coach or the gym teacher, which everybody was probably petrified to say no. But we had about 60 kids per year just trying out. For my dad, I don't know if he would ever coached in Fredonia until the one day Alex Conti called him up. It's like, "Hey, if I move over to New York from California, would you coach with me?" He was like, "Oh, yeah, okay. If you move over to New York from California, yeah, I'll start coaching." And shortly you notice him moving in from California, and I'm starting to wrestle at 4 years old. So, another thing that I want to thank my dad for is honestly the 500 push-ups and sit-ups that he made me do every day right before bed, which I had to do right next to him while he was sitting. So, all right. So I had to make sure. Every morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, waking up, bringing my best friends with me, Caleb Paleo, Chris Conti, and Corey King, who are also with me today. So, but first one I want to thank is Caleb. He has been with me through thick and thin, and he's been with me, we were inseparable pairs. got to the point where even if he was ever grounded, he would always be able to come to my house just because his mom knew that he was going to be in check when he came over. And he would actually also do the 500 push-ups and sit-ups with me, which didn't suck afterwards. Another one that I wanted to thank is my wrestling partner, was Chris Conti. I also called him my shake and bake partner. Before every match, we would, do a little shake and bake, fist bump right before every match. We were best friends. We were the best wrestling partners. We did everything together. It's hard to find somebody that kept up with you through every practice, even though we made each other bleed every practice. So, Chris, I want to thank you for all those years of helping me, being my partner through thick and thin, even when practices sucked. So thank you. When Chris left for college, it left a big void in my practices. But Chris Connie's dad, which is Alex, ended up looking out and got this older guy named Joe Santilli. He came into practices, ended up wrestling, being my wrestling partner every day. Got to the point where he ended up scaring me because he liked the pain so much. But I know Joe Santilli's not here right now, or today. My bad, I should have said that a little better. He's not here today with us. But that's another guy that I wanted to thank as well. And unfortunately, he's not. So, like I said before, it takes a whole village. And my next guest that I would like to thank is someone that not only supported me, but the entire community. Made sure that every athlete that was successful and had a great stat line or record, he made sure the whole community would know about it. And also gave plaques and rewards after. And that is Dan Palmer. You give these athletes, you make them so excited and willing and wanted to do better in their sports just to get recognized on the radio at WDOE. And I don't think just myself, but the whole community appreciates you. So thank you. And lastly, and most important of all, I'd like to thank my family. My family has supported me through everything. Obviously, my dad, for teaching me every sport that I did and being my biggest supporter. My mom, always being there, even though we had to send her at the top of the bleachers the one time for reasons I can't say here. It might have been some four-letter words that she might have said. All right? But maybe that's where I got my competitive edge from. My brother always beating me up every day, even getting me tougher, even though he was 100 pounds more than I was. My sister, even though she's not here today, for being at every match that I had. My wife, Stacy, she is my biggest supporter, taking care of me and both kids. Even when I went through a major injury, she was there helping me through thick and thin, even when I wasn't able to do anything. She is the one that I trust the most. And she is the one that usually tells everybody about my stats, not even myself. If anybody even knows about any of my accolades, it wasn't from me. it was either from Stacy, my dad, or Alex. And I think they know more about my records than I even do. So at the bottom of my heart, I am truly honored to be inducted into the Chautauqua Hall of Fame, and congratulations to the other inductees. Thank you.
Stay here, Mr. Kenny.
All right.
Good job, Kenny. Nice speech.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So each inductee will receive a ring, a plaque. There is a duplicate plaque at the Sports Hall of Fame, as well as certificates of recognition from Senator George Borrello, Assemblyman Andrew Molitor, and County Executive P.J. Wendell. Here you go, Kenny. Welcome.